Alright, guess what? This is day number 48 of me showing how to build a business or how I built a business. I cannot really show you how you can build a business, but I'm showing how I am building my business. And I've been streaming the whole process from everything from marketing, from just doing really dumb stuff that you have to do for running your own business, um, to also some fun stuff. And today is exactly the day where we're gonna do a little bit more fun stuff. So one of the one of the things that I'm quite experienced, I've been working 4 years as a Salesforce developer, so I have quite a good experience with Apex. And in fact, this is my main business, teaching how to code, teaching Apex. And today on the stream, I wanna develop full solution for a trigger. that's gonna be today for the stream, and I have basically this event in Discord. You can join the Discord. Let me invite you. If you're someone who is building the business or you want to start the business, welcome to the Discord. We have quite a lot of people there who are building the business. Okay. Welcome to the day 48. Dev Girl, you're already here. Dev Geary, sorry. Dev Geary here. Welcome. Welcome everyone who is joining. I started a bit earlier than I wrote here, so I wrote that I'm gonna start in 1 hour at 15. It's around 2 for me instead of starting at 3. Yeah, I decided to start today a little bit earlier, and the reason for that is because we need a little bit of setup before we can actually start with the coding part. So I think it's gonna take a couple of minutes. Welcome everyone who's joining the Discord. Yeah, it's been what? How many people already in Discord? Wow, 124. That's crazy. That's crazy. Yeah, the channel is growing. I'm really happy for that. So, for those who are not from the Salesforce world, it might be not really that much of wow thing, but what tech stack do you use? It depends for what. Like if for Salesforce, I use Salesforce. But if you mean what I'm using for my business, so here's what I'm building. For those, while you are joining, let me show you what we are building. We are building this platform, this learnapex.com. Basically, the idea behind this platform is that it's gonna take you from complete zero, complete beginner to being a Salesforce developer, and all of that's gonna be completely automated without any other human intervention. It's gonna give you basically as many tasks as possible to every single topic on Salesforce that you can imagine. So let me show you how it works. And you're like, if you're not from Salesforce, you're like, what the hell? Like, I know that those things exist, right? What's the difference between all the other coding schools, all the 1,000 coding schools that we have? Well, the difference is that we don't really have this coding school in Salesforce. That's the difference. And this is the saddest part. We do need to have this type of things in Salesforce. So if we go to modules, if we go here, if we go to variables, you can see here, this task was already done. You've completed this topic. Congratulations. Here, some tasks remain unsolved, and this one, only theory material. Here we already have done everything. Let's go to the variable types. Variable types, task 2. Okay, what do we need? We need to create a variable called email and assign the value this one. Okay, let's do it. String email equal blah 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 blah. Let's run code. No, look at this. The value must be this one. Okay, let me modify it. Run code. Ta-da! It's done. And I got the points. And if I go here, I see some points and I see some tasks completed. Yeah, this is still MVP. This is still not perfect. We're still developing all of this. Still a lot of work to do, but we're moving slowly. We're moving slowly. And as soon as I get my visa in Germany, I will launch a course. What is Salesforce? It's a buzzword I've heard, but really don't know what it is. Well, then it's a good you're on the right stream, because you can see what type of programming we do on Salesforce. I wouldn't say Salesforce is a buzzword. Salesforce is boring. It's like saying, oh, no. How can you compare it? Oh, logistics of a metal industry is a buzzword. No, it's not. The same as Salesforce is. I don't know. They do have a good marketing, but I wouldn't call Salesforce a buzzword. Okay, let's open VS Code. Okay, so I have here something open. Let's open. Where's my streaming? It's a CRM. Exactly, that's the CRM. Okay, let's close all that. We don't need it. Code analyzer. That's something that we've been doing last time. Those things I can delete them. We don't need them. Okay, let's see if there's still something uncommitted. No, everything's good. Everything's good. All right. So those are the classes from the last time where we've done the LWC integration with the OpenAI. This time we're gonna do something different. This time we're gonna do the trigger. So basically the idea behind what we're gonna be doing today, and let me switch here. What we're gonna be doing today is, let's say this is the Salesforce. Oh wow, what's going on here? Background, no background. Yep. Yeah, let's say it's the Salesforce. We have a contact here that goes contact of a person that goes into the system. Now this contact, it always has, let me delete this one. Oh, contact has an email, right? An email. And sometimes the emails, when someone is registered with an email that belongs to a certain university, sometimes you want to give them a discount, right? So what we're gonna do is we're gonna create here a new field called discount. I think I misspelled it, this thing. Discount. And I found an API. Here. This is an API. How is it called again? How is this API called? Wait, let me check. I have it in my notes here. University domain list. That's the name. University domain list. Okay, university domain list. I hope that we can access this API for free. University domain list. So this is the university domain list. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go take this email, and we're gonna go ask. Gonna go and ask, is it educational email? So is this email in the educational institutes list? If yes, basically we have two choices at this point, right? We have, let me draw it here. Like this. Hi Illuminati. 30% discount. Today's your birthday. Your birthday was already a couple of days ago. You're trying to trick me. No. And yes. So we're gonna check. And if there is a discount, then we're gonna set the field there to 30%. That's that's what we're gonna be doing today. I know that you can definitely write a much better architecture than that. We're gonna be using one catch of what we're gonna be using. We're gonna be using trigger handlers, and this is something useful, um, useful for those people who just learning Apex, because that's a quite a frequent way. And in fact, trigger handlers is something that I would recommend for 95% of the orgs. So you might not want to go to the trigger framework because it might be a little bit overkill, but at least trigger handlers, that's something very useful for the org. And we're not going to be doing it in a very huge way, right? We're not going to be setting up a whole architecture because of just this task. And the reason for that is because this is the right approach. I see so many times when people are like, oh, I need to develop this small thing. Oh, let me create here this huge setup around so that maybe in the future we will be using this huge setup. Okay, I need to write one trigger. Let me install trigger framework. Let me make sure that everything is dynamic. Let me make sure blah 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 blah. No. When there's a time, you can modify those things. You can do it later. You don't have to do it now. If you develop a solution right now with a thought in future, that future might never happen. You need to develop the solution for right now. And then if the future happens, if you run into the problems that you anticipated, well, you can just refactor your code. But in 90% of the cases, I have to fight this urge as a developer to make abstraction on abstraction on abstraction because it just makes everything more complicated. And I do understand that there's more benefit to have a trigger framework, for example, or maybe even trigger action framework, right? There's definitely some benefit. But if you have one trigger that you want to develop, or 2 or 5 triggers, you don't have to do all of that. It's nice to learn those things, but you don't have to do that. And yeah, this is my philosophy around developing, how I've been developing all the time, and that's how I'm gonna be developing this time. Nevertheless, we're not gonna write completely shitty abstraction hell. Exactly. I see it so many times. It doesn't. In Salesforce, we don't really have the abstraction in the same way as you guys have it in Java, for example. But we have our own kind of abstraction stuff, like trigger framework, for example, that people really try to squeeze into the projects that you don't need to do that at all. In fact, triggers are kind of moving into flows. Not the trigger itself, but calling a trigger. But it still didn't happen because still flow sucks. But I see that we kind of go into that direction probably in the future. But yeah, nevertheless. Okay, so enough blah blah blah. Let me make it a little bit bigger so that you can see something. So what we're gonna be doing is this trigger, and first let me check this API, because if the API doesn't work, wait a second, it's not API. Okay. So first I want to understand if this API actually exists or not. If not, it's gonna be a little bit more difficult. Okay. So it looks like the API does exist. Okay, I mean, from what I see, we're also gonna need to extract the domain. Okay, is there anywhere a description on how it looks? Domains. Yeah, that's good. So we're gonna need to extract the domain from the email, right? Domains, and let's say domains will be So it's everything that contains this domain. Okay. Um, how come that domains? Okay. Yeah, we cannot use dots, right? How do we write domains? Hmm. Okay, let's read the documentation. Do you need a list of universities and their domain names you founded? Yes, that's exactly what I need. Exactly what I need. You can create a validation script that checks the email domain. That's exactly what I need. Use free hosted API. Use the tiny Python app to serve as a fast API that you can query the data. I want to query the data directly. Just a list of dictionaries in the form. Okay. Smaller final payload. You need to. Yeah, well, I don't want to download this whole huge list and put it somewhere. At least I don't want to do like my own API. Contains the domain version. Yeah, that's fine. Okay. We were Hippo. Looks like they closed. Oh no. I always feel bad when I see some businesses that closed. Gettier. Wait, did they develop Gettier? A new journey. What's now? Baker Studio. Okay. That's sad. That's sad. But anyway, let's go back to the let's go back to this thing. Because I still don't really understand using the built-in API in your server contribution. Okay. Yeah, the question is how do they search for this type of domain? I'm not really sure if that's okay. Name will be Tomb. Okay, URL. How to get URL? How to include the link? Oh wait, not link. What the hell? What the hell? How to include dot? Do we really need to encode it? Yeah, I just wonder how they how to do here research based on the domain. Like if I want to have this domain name, let's say I'm gonna say domain. I cannot really say this one, right? Or can I? Can I directly say like this? Okay. Oh yeah, I guess I can. Nice. Okay, let's try it out from the Salesforce, just from the dev work, so that we can see that in general we can make such a request. And I guess the best part of it is that we don't even need some kind of authentication, which usually is not the case. So usually you need to authenticate to a server to some degree, but I guess not in this case. Well, it sounds like it's gonna be a really, really, really quick and easy project. Yeah, I think it's gonna be super easy. Okay, so we have a string domain, and we need to have HTTP. Let's do it. Let's do it here because it's gonna be quicker here. People rarely use it, by the way, but here you can go to the scripts, Apex, and you can write here your own scripts. And I even already have a last script there, and I'm just gonna modify it a little bit. So the endpoint will be. And by the way, if you're watching the stream, if you want to learn something, that's a good place to learn. But I'm not gonna explain anything unless you ask. So I'm not gonna explain why certain things happening. But I think it's a good demonstration of how like a real feature would be done in production, or how real development looks like. All right, so let's see. So this is it's gonna be our endpoint, this, and it's gonna be get, search, and then domain equal plus domain, content type, authorization. We don't need any authorization. We don't need body as well. So yeah, I think that's actually, that should be working. If the request works, that would be nice. Response get body. Let's see. Yeah, of course, first I need to add it to the remote site settings. Of course. Unilist. Save. Okay. Need to use underscore unlist. Save. Done. The Epic Man, hello. You're already, I think, at least 3 times on the stream. Welcome. Are you a developer? You building business? What's your job? Okay, let's see. And we got something. Nice. This is really nice. This is really, really nice. Right, so I guess we are kind of ready to start. I wonder if I should wait 40 minutes more, or should I already start? Hey, what are you doing? So, are you Codegym? Are you from Salesforce ecosystem? If not, it might be a little bit hard. So basically, here's what I'm doing. This diagram. So when a user creates an email, creates a contact in the system, we immediately apply a discount of 30% if we basically create here a field called discount, and we make an API call out to this university domain list, and if the domain of this email is in the university domain list, then we put here 30%. And probably before I start, I do need to create a new field. So if we go to the contact, fields and relationships, let's see, it should be new and it should be percentage. New percent, next. Student right now preparing for a college entrance exam so that I can get into college good math faculty. I see. If you're 17, you're interested in those things. You're already really good. AI ML in the future. Nice. Yeah, AI ML is really cool. Not as cool as business though. Okay, so the custom field will be called discount. And decimal place is 0. Description, we don't need the description. Also not required. Next. Now the visibility, we don't really care. The most important that we have it as an admin, and now we have save. Okay, so now we have, if you go and create a contact now, where are the contacts? What the hell is that? What the hell is that? Is it an extension? I see this view for the first time. What the hell is that? Wow. He doesn't look that great. Why is it... Wait, is it some kind of extension or is it... It must be extension because it looks like Salesforce couldn't produce this thing because it looks way too like way not enough design. I mean, not that Salesforce is design heavy thing, but why is it so... Look at this. This is the normal view. And everything has a normal view. What the hell? But if you go to home, you can also see these things, and they kind of look similar to the contacts. But if I go to the contacts, ew. Let's see if what could potentially cause this one? This one? Let me disable it for a second. Really? So it's not about the extension. It's really Salesforce. Organizer. Is it organizer? Or is it Salesforce? No, it must be organizer. Salesforce wouldn't check it in my sandbox. I mean, Salesforce wouldn't do that, right? Yeah, check it if you have, because look at this. I guess it's just Salesforce. Wow. I guess it's a Salesforce thing. Yo, I don't know how to read your nick. 5 for blah, blah, blah. Hi. It's not Salesforce. Ah, okay, good. Good. No, then it's fine. Then it's fine. Let's leave it like this. It's strange. It's strange. For me, it works as normal. I don't have a new design. Wait, is it possible that you still have an old org? Maybe if they produced it in the new update. It depends what you checked. If you, nah, I don't think so. No, I don't think so. Because I created this Trailhead org a couple of days ago? No, last week. I created this last week. It must be organizer. It must be organizer. But if you're using, give me your instance. Let's wait. What extensions do I have? I have this one extension. Installed extensions. Inspector reloaded. I don't have any other zero blue. I can remove this one. I'm not using this one. Blue wrap I'm also not using. I don't care. Trail counter don't really use. Hide that. Not using. Hide web not using. Apollo client DevTools not using. Microsoft Awards. Free VPN. Not using. Yeah, I'm sure. Alright, so I have now everything disabled. Look at this. There's nothing enabled. Try to log in another navigator. Let's see. Let's see if I log into another sandbox. I'm sure if Salesforce would produce a new contacts view, I would see it on LinkedIn. It's impossible that new contacts view Salesforce. Nah, right? There's nothing. Ah, look at this. Intelligence view. There's a small but mighty new feature releases in Winter 24 that has gone largely unnoticed. Yes! Yes, it was. Despite how nifty it is, Intelligence View for leads and contacts is a great way for users to simplify and easily identify prospects and customers that needs attention. Intelligence View, and then it switches, so it's not an extension. It's not an extension, it's indeed Salesforce. Well, I guess Salesforce laid off how many 1% of their workforce, and I guess all of them were designers. I guess that's possible explanation. Let me enable back my extensions. Come on, Salesforce, you can do better. Ugh, where are my extensions now? When I disabled everything. Extensions. Manage extensions and Salesforce Inspector and Organizer. Those are two extensions that I'm using, not using anything else. Okay, so show me which text are you using? I'm new to your YouTube. I'm using Next.js, but now currently we are doing Salesforce. Let's us enjoy a little bit this mind-blowing Winter 24 feature of Salesforce. Salesforce is known for being one of the most innovative companies. They suggested for people who were laid off from OpenAI to go to work for Salesforce. And look at what we have. We get a new contact view. But only contact. Don't get too excited, because this awesome feature is only available for contacts. If you go to opportunities, you will get a totally different view. No. If you go here to the contacts, you get this awesome table that doesn't even fit the Lightning style. Like, what the hell is this style? Where did they take this style? It doesn't even fit into the right style of Lightning. If you develop any LWC component by default, the colors will be different. How did they take it? What the hell? Like, what are these huge icons? What is this? What is this backwards shadows? It's not even Salesforce style. Come on, Salesforce. So crazy. Look at this. They never had it. Why would they change the style only for one page? That goes completely against any anything. Ah, I mean, it is an improvement. It is an improvement. But why would they change the style? What the hell is that? Even the models changed. Even the models are different. Email. And you know what's the funny part? Fail to initialize component. Okay. You know what's the funny part? If you go if you go here, if you go here and you go, for example, to any object and you click on new, you will get the old classic view here. So this thing doesn't fit the style because it's still using the old classic engine behind, and now they're doing this thing. What the hell? What the hell? Okay, let's see how are here the lookups implemented, because implementing lookups for those tables quite painful. Nice. Save. Okay, I mean it works. I mean this is user experience improvement. I agree. I agree. But what the hell? Palkit, would love to collaborate with you. Join Discord. Maybe you'll find someone to collaborate. Building startup in AI field. Yeah, I mean, guess of course. Where else would you build a startup right now? Only in AI field. How do I get back though to the normal view? List view, intelligence view. Nice, nice. Okay. Wow. Salesforce. I wonder how really this was unnoticed. I didn't notice actually this feature. So okay, so we have here a discount. Let's say 30% save, and we have 30% discount. Okay. So the field works. The field is there. Basically, we were making the call out itself, right? We have the call out. So now we only need to take and integrate the trigger itself. So the trigger, let's start the trigger, create Apex trigger, and the trigger will be called, it's a contact trigger, right? So it's gonna be contact trigger. And it's a best practice to have only one trigger in the system. So we're only gonna have one trigger, and we're gonna have before insert. I would say let's take after insert, because your Discord link is invalid. Why is it invalid though? Damn it. I don't know why it's always changing. I'm writing here all the time that never expire, but it always expires. Let me write it. New Discord link. Okay, a new trigger on the contact. On the contact, and that's gonna be after insert and after update. And here we have a couple of cases how we could deal with it. We can use switch, or we can use an if statement. And if we are using a trigger framework, then we use neither of them. So ideally, if you have, it doesn't really matter. So you can use if, you can use switch. There are people who say that you should not use any of them because you wanna blah blah blah. But that's if you really wanna If you have too many triggers and it's hard to deal with them, then yeah. But in 90% of the cases, that's completely normal to use something like this. Trigger dot is after, and trigger is insert, like this. And at this point, we're gonna be calling trigger. It's called contact trigger handler, and the method will be called after insert. Some people call it on after insert. I usually call it just after insert. Hi. Cannot really read your nick, so I won't even try. Alright, so this is after insert, and the same gonna be here after update. Okay, now we need to create this trigger, and I'm gonna probably organize it into stream 1, and stream 1 goes all of this. Move. And then I'm gonna create a new folder, stream 2. I'm too lazy to create multiple repositories, so I'm just gonna be doing like this. Create a new trigger and recommend some Next.js resources. I'm good with React, Node.js to learn Next.js. If you're here learn how to code with Next.js, you're in the wrong channel. You're in the wrong channel. I am not an expert in that. Not an expert at all. I would call myself quite bad in Next.js. So if you want to learn it, not here. So okay, what else do we need? Yeah, we need to have the test itself, the tests as well. And you know what? Let me probably create tests later so that we don't overwhelm. So I don't overwhelm myself. And Palki, the way I was learning Next.js when I was developing the Learn Apex platform, I was just doing stuff. That's it. I didn't really have one platform, but I had a task that I wanted to do, and I was trying to do this task. I think that's the best way to learn. Not a single resource or something. If you feel like, and this is in a lot of cases, if you feel like you're missing a resource, and I know it because I teach how to code people in Salesforce. So if you feel like you're missing a resource or something, you're not really missing a resource, you're missing practice in 99% of the cases. And in general, when you learn something new, most problems can be solved with just practice. Okay, so that's going to be after insert. And after insert, what do we have? We have possibly we can pass into after insert few things. We have only two context variables. So we have the ID contact, the new contacts, and I'm gonna call it probably new list, and this one gonna be new map because it's clear that those are contacts. Yeah, I don't know, just used to call them this way. And here on the after update, we need to pass a little bit more things. So we need to pass here trigger dot new map, trigger dot old, and trigger dot old map. And here we're passing new map. The reason why you pass immediately when you create trigger handlers, why you pass immediately all the variables, is because you don't want to modify those things later. It's one of the most painful things is to modify parameters of a method or a return type, because it has so many dependencies. If you modify something in the method itself, it's not as painful as modifying the parameters, because you might be calling your method from different places, and you're gonna need to basically recompilate a lot of different stuff and send a lot of basically you're gonna need to adjust really a lot of different code pieces, so you don't want to do that. So especially with trigger handlers, you can in advance think about what parameters you're gonna be sending. Okay, so we have trigger.new, trigger.new map, old map. That's good. Now here we have also new map, and then here after update, what's going on here? See, we have new list, new map, old list, old map. Yep, that's good. And sometimes you're gonna have this problem that you go into this, that you have this line with, I usually have it on where 120 characters, and when I run into this problem, I usually do something, either something like this, or I just line them up, parameters like this. It creates a little bit more lines, but at least you can see all of them here. It is a little bit ugly though. It's not the best solution, and all of them should be static as well. Public static void. Public static void. After update, yeah, I think it's good. Now, the next thing that we need to do is we need to create an Apex class. It's going to be called contact service. I usually go for the service type. There are a few different ways you can approach these things. I usually do it that way. Okay. So we have a contact service, and the contact service, it's gonna have a method. How should we call this method? Let's say start checking process for email, and it will be queuable. Start queuable. Okay, let's see what my Copilot says. Come on, Copilot. Don't be stupid. Yep, something in this regard, but it's gonna be, probably we're gonna have a different parameter. Probably we're gonna have, I think it's gonna be a different way. I think it's gonna be with a list of contacts, and for this list of contacts, we're gonna create a new queuable. Queuable is the worst word to spell in English. Like, that doesn't make any sense at all. Queuable, how are we gonna call this queuable? Not email queuable. Let's say education email check education queuable. Some people say that I name my variables way too much, way too long. I disagree. I would rather name my variables, my classes, longer, and then have better readability. It's called email checker, and we're gonna pass the context there, and then we gonna say system.enqueue. Not debug, enqueue job email checker. All right, so that's gonna be the check email, and I don't see a point for this thing to be static, but it's gonna be void because it's gonna be an asynchronous process. Okay, so we have check email, and it looks good. So we can go and call this one here. Yeah, basically it's gonna be just creating contact service, and I usually call it service, new service, and the name will be check. Okay, let's rename this method. I think it's check email is not the right. It's called check email for discount. I think that's proper naming. Check email for discount. Here we're gonna do a different thing. So here it kind of depends how you wanna proceed with these things. The way I'm gonna call it is, here's the thing. On the after insert, we do need to check for every single possible contact, because if the email exists, we basically need to check for it, right? On the after update though, we might get some contacts into the trigger that have the email not updated. Basically, for example, if you go here to the contact and if you update here a title, it should not trigger the again checking of the email if the discount is still applying. It should not. Only if you change the email, only in this case you should call again the email checker. So in this case, and this is this part of filtering out contacts that you need for checking. This part we can put it either here in the after update, which is not ideal, but it's not dramatic if we put it here. Like it's fine. It's not perfect from the clean code perspective, but it's not bad. Okay, or we can put it into the service that we're gonna be calling, and I would rather go for this one for checking in the service. For that, we need to name this method differently. So I'm gonna call it check email for discount. Let's call it check updated email for discount. Okay, this is the case where if it was a real production org, you would need to document this behavior quite well. So here, instead of having the email checker, you know what? Maybe let's call this Qubel email checker. I mean, I don't have this class now. It's just more kind of pseudocode and thinking through the solution. But I'm gonna call no, email checker is way too vague. It doesn't say anything. Education email check Qubel. It should be something like discount email checker. Let's call it like this, discount email checker. Not the perfect name, definitely not. So here we not only gonna get contacts, we're also gonna get old contacts. And the reason why we get the old contacts is because we wanna filter them. We only wanna check for the discount, and we're only gonna send those contacts to the email checker that how the field email changed. So the value for email field was something, and now it's changed. So we need to have here another method, and this contact, and I call them relevant equal filter contacts by email change. Filter contacts by email change, and for the email checker only relevant contacts going there, and then we enqueue the job. And now we only need this one, and I think it's correct. Let me check. Private, I wouldn't make it private because chances are we're gonna need to reuse this one. So we get the contact, we get old contacts, we get, okay, we create here relevant, we iterate through the contacts, old contacts.get email. Okay, I usually take this part and I make here a point with a contact, old contact get. It's not necessary, but I think it increases readability a little bit because it's easier to read here without any operation on the fly. And again, this is general like a rule of thumb that any operation on the fly makes the code smaller, like you have less lines, which is good, but it makes code less readable, which is bad. And between less lines and less readability, or more readability, I would always choose more readability. And more readability, sometimes it's even more important than performance, to some degree, of course. You don't want to have completely very, very slow code. Okay. So we're checking that the old contact email is not equal to the contact email that we have. We add it to the relevant, and we return this relevant. Okay. So we return the relevant. Here we go. Discount email checker. Yeah, I think it's good. We just need to create this one. And I think we're good to go. let me first comment out those things and let me try to deploy and see if we can deploy this thing. Okay, I have a typo here, contact. Okay. Is the stream still on? I think so. Because my OBS shows that it's not good. But no, I think it's still on. No, it's still on. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Still live. Good. So where's this? Oops. Okay, that was deployed. Let's deploy now the trigger handler. And then the trigger. Trigger handler should be good. No, okay, maybe we didn't name this one properly. What's wrong again? Why it does not exist? It does exist, right? Yeah, it does exist. Huh. Okay, this one deployed. The name is correct. Okay, now let's deploy it again. Maybe just misspelling somewhere. Oh, right. We need to accept here old contacts as well, old list. Now it should work. Not old list, old map. Old map. Nice. And the trigger, deploy. Okay, the trigger is deployed as well. Okay, nice. Good. So I know that everything's deployed. So now I need to, I'm gonna remove those comments here. Those comments here. And should I call it Cubable? Should I? Ah, let's call it Cubable. Okay, Cubable. And here we're gonna be accepting what? Accepting a list of contacts. Okay. So usually when you accept it, you make it like this, contacts, and I would go a little bit more specific. Contacts to check emails for discount. And list contacts. I mean, here you can go like contacts. It's fine. Doesn't really matter. Doesn't really matter. It's probably too long. Wait, contacts to check discount. Like, let's call it like this. Better than just contacts. Okay. So we're passing them there, and then we also for Qubel we need to implement Qubel and allow callouts, and we need to have the execute method. Execute? No, I don't know what's that. Okay, so here in the Qubel, we're gonna, guess what? Call another method. The method will be called, let me think, what's the name of the API? University Hippolabs, no. University domain list. It's called like this, university domain list cloud. Let's first make it not bulkified. So most APIs that I have worked with are not bulkified. So if you want to check multiple contacts, you're gonna need to check them one by one. Probably in this case, we could write some kind of SOQL query that's gonna be working like domain and domain. Well, maybe not. Maybe we can only have one search query. Yeah, I think we can only have one search query. Okay, so in this case, if we can have only one search query, we're gonna go through all the contacts and we're gonna go for check discount. Boolean has discount, and if it has discount, then we're gonna set discount to 30, which we will move to metadata at some point. So for now, I'm just gonna say that it's public static final. It's decimal discount, and discounts are saved as full numbers in Salesforce like this: 30, 30.0, so that it's conformed with the decimal as a data type, and here we put the discount. Okay, so we're putting here discount. Okay, let's now create this university domain list callout. And the only thing that we need there, one method called check public boolean check discount, and it's gonna accept a contact to check. And where's our code for this one? Yep, that's been our code. Pinay, welcome. Long didn't see. Okay, let's make it like this. And here, let's say, yeah, like this. Returns domain. Contact to check. The only one thing that instead of domain, yeah, let's do it like this now. Let's do it for just for testing out. Let's do it like this. Yeah, let's do it like this for just checking out. Contains, and I would say something like, yeah, probably gonna get here response get safe operator. Okay, let's deploy this thing. Okay. Now the service. The service. Not the service, the queuable. The queuable. Check discount. The discount will be equal to this one discount. We're gonna move it later into the proper metadata. Let's see if I can deploy the queuable. Okay, nice. Nice. Update. Update context to check discount. Okay, if we did everything right, that should already work to some extent. Let's just see where we call it. We call it on the after insert and on the after update, and here in the after update we do check for, in the service we do check for the right contact. Okay, so let's check first the after update. Let's check the after update. And I think I deployed triggers, right? Okay, let's see. Contacts. Okay, let's say I modify here the lead source. It's gonna be web. It should not trigger anything. And by the way, is my developer console on? Yeah, so that I can see logs. New members, I see. You guys joining, that's nice. Yeah. Let's see. So actually, officially, we should have started right now, but we already kind of have through the solution. But that's the best part around streaming on YouTube, is that you can go and just watch back the whole thing if you want. Let me check if my stream on Twitch is good, because for whatever reason it shows for me a red bitrate. Yeah, it's still, everything's good. Twitch. Alright. Alright, looks like people joined. Okay, so let's see. Let's continue. If you just joined, we started a little bit earlier today. I know it's not good if I say 3 to start earlier, but guys, it's Sunday. Have some mercy for me. It's Sunday. I kind of decided to start earlier so that we have a little bit more time, and maybe I have a little bit more time at the end. Okay, so if the email changes, then it should go and check. So if I change it to the gmail.com, save. Okay. Record is read only. Ah, yeah, sure. Okay, that's... Wait. Why is it... Yeah, because we are passing the after update, right? Yeah. Record is read only on the line 17. On the queuable, right? The queuable. Yeah, that's... Yeah, we need to query them again. We need to query, but now here's the question, like so here's what's happening. We have after update. If you have after update, you cannot modify the trigger.new. You can't. So what do you do in this case? You have to re-query the records that you have. So you need, and now the question is where to query them again. Should it happen on this level? Should it happen one level above? Doesn't really matter. You just the most important that you requery it. I mean, doesn't really matter from the from just architecture and best practice perspective, doesn't matter that much. I'm gonna requery it here. After we query the relevant, I'm just gonna requery them with a set. First I'm gonna get the relevant IDs, and I'm gonna do it with a map trick, where you get all the sets immediately, and then I'm gonna say list. I'm gonna probably should I rewrite them? Yeah, let me rewrite them, and here I'm gonna call it query contacts by IDs, relevant IDs, and the query they usually goes here. ID email from contact. Yeah, that's good. IDs. That's good. I mean, it should fix the current error that we have. And by the way, I need to do the same thing for I need to do the same thing for this one. Yeah. Okay. Got it. List relevant. Nice. Done. Let's see. No, what's wrong? Oh, it's not relevant in this case, it's contacts. Contact IDs. Contacts IDs. All right. Check that again. Okay, don't see any errors. It's not this one. It's this one, Rose Gonzalez. Let's see. And we have 30% discount. Nice! So it already works. It already works in less than 1 hour. With quite a good architecture, actually. So yeah. By the way, guys, if you're joining the Discord, join the Discord and write an introduction. That really helps people to understand where you're coming from and what are you doing. All right. So we have the 30% discount already. That's good. That's good. I mean, we don't have any tests or something, but that at least it already works. Quite a bit of different classes, as you see, but this architecture that we have, this is the least amount of actions and setup that you can have, with which will grant you the most output, which will grant you the most of flexibility that you can have. You can go even crazier with this setup, but I think in this case that's the best way to do that. I mean, you can also do it much simpler. You don't have to to separate everything into different classes. You can just take everything that I have here and you can just move it to the Cubal, and it's fine. It's not like a huge deal. I like to separate it because that's just if you're used to write it that way, you basically from start on you just write it that way, and that helps you to keep your whole system scalable from the beginning end, without including the trigger framework, without including all the other stuff. Yeah. And also sometimes when I write something for production, I actually write all the things immediately somewhere in the Cubal, for example, and only then I try to refactor them into different classes. Yeah. Okay, so all right, whatever. So let's continue. Let's see what do we have. We have this. Now we just need to fix the actual callout and it's gonna work. Okay, so here instead of having the domain, we're gonna need to parse domain from email and contact to check.email. And here, I'm not really sure. Let me think. So this is our So basically, we need to respond. We need to give true back. Whenever the body is not null, basically. But it's also fine to have this contains because it actually should contain. I'm not really sure if it's possible that we will not contain the domain. Contains. I'm just thinking, should we just check that response body is not null? Should we just do this check, or should we check for something more? Because basically what we do here is that we search immediately for the domain. If we get anything back, anything meaningful, then no, okay, I know. That's the wrong one because we can get an error. Mr. Naive, best of luck. Best of luck for you too. Thank you. Thank you. A first time on the stream? If yes, you got really lucky or unlucky because today is the coding stream for Salesforce. And by the way, I think I can remove this one as well. Don't need it. Remove this thing here. Response body. Ah, yeah, first time. Yeah, because I don't remember you from the last streams. So welcome. Welcome. We do coding from scratch, complete solution for Salesforce. I basically take I come up with some topics and I implement from scratch from complete beginning to the end how I would put it in production basically. Yep. Okay, let's make it a little bit more beautiful. So here I'm gonna write public static final string. What the hell? Email regex. Nope, that's not what I want. I want to have this get. This get. Gonna put here. Now here we're gonna be using get. And here instead of this thing, no, just want a variable. Come on, Copilot. Public static final endpoint. Exactly, but the endpoint is this one, not the whole thing. Okay, and then this one is gonna be a separate one. I just don't know how to call it properly. Public static final string. I just wanted Copilot to take away this job for me of naming them. Search domain. Nice, nice. Good job, Copilot. Okay. Endpoint. So we're gonna have here endpoint plus search domain. And we need to keep those things, right? I would say we put them at the end. Plus domain. And domain we're gonna be I'm gonna call it email domain because we already have domain is this thing, endpoint, email domain. Okay, now we need to parse the email domain. And that's kind of, I'm not really sure. Substring index of, let's try this one. I don't know. Let's try this one. Let's see what if GitHub Copilot has the right suggestion. Okay, so we need to parse it, and then response body contains, we check that it contains the domain that we have sent, right? Let's deploy this thing. Does not exist domain, yeah, because I renamed it to email domain. Okay. First let's check this thing here. Let's say I have blah 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 dot blah 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 dot blah 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 at blah blah blah. And now I'm gonna take this method, call out. Yeah, I'm gonna take this one and I'm gonna say parse. So we have here email string, we pass it here, and then system dot let's see if it's gonna work. Execute from the type, yeah, because it should be from the callout. Seems to be working for this one at least. How about this one? tom.de. Execute. Yeah, that seems to be correct. Yeah, basically we want to take everything that is after this add part. At least that's how I understand how domains work. Right? Because for example, if I have my domain, which is my email, igor@cloud-prism.com. So cloudprism.com would be domain. Yeah, that's how it's supposed to be working. We're not gonna consider here a lot of in fact, we're not gonna consider here any edge cases because we are not here for that part. Okay, so I think it works. Check domains. I'm gonna make it private. Private string parse domains. Yeah. Okay, and then in the queuable here, I'm gonna just system.debug count has this count so that we can see if it has this count or doesn't. Okay. Okay, let's see what kind of domains they have in general. Yeah, let's take, okay, there are a lot of different domains. Let's take this one. Let's say I want to create a new contact and it's gonna be me with email Igor at blah blah blah. Save. No discount. Why? Record is read only. Damn it. I thought I fixed it for, okay, after insert. Maybe I just didn't deploy this part. Yeah, okay, I see. Still passing here contacts. Okay, deploy. And for those who are always lazy to create new records, if you're testing like this something, instead of creating new records all the time, you can just go and clone. It's gonna be basically everything, and you just click on save. 30%. Look at this. Discount works. It works. Now, if I change it to something like this, yeah, we don't know because yeah, let's do it like this. If we change it, we should not change the discount that we had. Wait, or should we? Or should we change the discount that we had? Yeah, I would say we should. So if it has discount, else the discount will be 0. So if we have, for example, this one domain that is not, then discount will be 0. Seems to be fair for me. Alright, so it seems to be like it's working. Let's see if I change it to .de. Still 0. Okay, let me change to something that is in the list. Oh, abo.fi. Nice, 30%. It works. Whew. How long did it take me? 1.5 hour, right? 1.5 hour with all the distractions. 1.5 hour from complete zero nothing in org to having something that works and host architecture for the code that we have. Nothing over engineered. I would say a little bit over engineered to what I have, but nothing too crazy. Let me delete the debug logs and this one debug log. But basically it's done. Basically it's done. And here the response body, I can put it immediately here to make it a little bit smaller. And the only thing that is left to do is here the discount. So instead of having here public static final decimal discount, we could put it into the custom metadata. Let's actually do that. So if we go here to the home and we search for custom metadata types, a new custom metadata type, let's say education discounts. And custom field will be, do they have percentage? Yeah, percent. Nice. Let me call it discount. No, okay, that works. Next. Save. Okay. So here we can query this discount record select ID discount from discount metadata where developer name is equal, and for that we need to create discount. It's called standard discount, where the developer name will be standard discount limit 1 just in case, and then this dot discount is equal to the discount, and for that we need to remove here static, and let's make it private. Private decimal discount. Discount is equal to nothing. You know what? Do we really need to do it in here? Yeah, let's do it there. I don't see any big problem. So this discount is blah blah blah. We can also do it, just move it here. I think it would be actually a little bit more clean if we do it here like this, discount, and then we just say decimal discount here. Decimal discount here. Yeah, let's deploy it. And wait, I think I didn't provide here the discount. Let's provide here discount of 14%. So it's going to be 14. So if I did everything right and we go and clone now this thing, the discount should be set to 14%. Save. 14%. Yes. The discount is 14%. So everything's right, and people who are using the system, like admins, consultants, or even users, they can go to this metadata and they can modify what is the standard discount, or they can even say that I don't want to have a standard discount, I want to have a premium discount, and modify it. I mean, for that case, you would need to adjust the code, but still. Okay, so this is done. That looks done as well. This is done. It's done. Yeah, I mean, this is the solution. And let's say I'm gonna say tum.fi. Why is it? Okay, 0. Probably tum.fi was. Wait a second. How is it 14? I don't believe that this thing is in the set. No, it's not. And discount is 0. Okay, because it's a cubable, it takes a little bit of time to process. That's why it's sometimes. Let's. I think it was abi.fi. Or what was it? Okay, let's switch to this one, because definitely here I know that it does exist. 14%. Okay, no, everything's correct. Everything's correct. But if it's not, we're gonna find out when we're gonna be writing tests. And we're gonna be writing tests when? Now. So, there are different approaches to this thing, how to write tests. For this type, if that would be your real production org, in most cases you wouldn't want to write the tests for each of them, for each of the classes. You could, but you wouldn't want. You'd be too lazy for doing that. And this is true for me now as well. Maybe if you had unlimited amount of time to spend on this project, you would write test class for each of them. But I don't wanna. So instead of that, I'm gonna write something like university domain discount test. And I'm gonna write integration test basically for all of them. I'm just gonna write the whole test for here, all the tests. This is not the best practice. If you think about best practice, usually it means that you have to write for each of them separately, but we're not gonna do it now. Oh wow. No, it's definitely not the way you want to have it. To write the test, you need to have few things. So you need test.startTest, test.setMock, which we're gonna set, and test.stopTest. Amit is writing, just fucking grinding, bro. Hope you're gonna make it someday. Thank you. But what I think about grinding is that grinding is a... So basically, if you grind as I do, I don't think it's good. Like, I think... So I grind because I don't know any other way. But it's totally not the goal, right? So the goal is not to grind. The goal is to chill. The goal is to build a business that's gonna allow you to live a good life, and you don't need much money for that. Like, I would be happy with 3K a month. If I can earn 3K a month working just a couple of hours a week, I would be so happy, and I wouldn't grind. Maybe I would still continue grinding though. I can't really not work and not grind, but in general, the goal is not to grind. But yeah. Thank you. I appreciate it. I know that that I grind, but the goal is eventually stop doing that. That's the goal. But for now, I'm just gonna continue doing that. Okay. So we need set mock, and then we need here assert r equals blah blah blah. Yeah, let's also create this mock class here. Discount mock, and let's see if I can steal some from here. I already had here mock. I can just steal it with the implements http mock. Where's my mock? Here's the mock. Okay. Let's see, I had here somewhere an example of how it looks. Or here, I think in the GitHub I had an example. Okay, yeah, this one. Okay. I think the only thing that I'm gonna leave from all of that will be domains. Yeah, it's gonna be domains. And let me only include here one domain. And I'm gonna test everything with a domain that doesn't exist in the set. It's gonna be tum.de because that's the domain that I know from my university. And here we're gonna have different, so I'm gonna call it here. And instead of response streak, it's gonna be domain. And domain here will be tum.de, and I'm gonna put it here. Domain, done. deploy. Okay, the mock is set. Basically, we're gonna be doing like overall big test. Usually they call it integration tests. What you want to have in your org if you're actually writing this whole thing. Wait, someone. Cult is writing. Don't waste time on coding, sir. I think that people really liked the last time I posted about coding on LinkedIn. People really liked, and I see that people really watched the last stream about coding. So I kind of think that it's something that people that know me from the Salesforce ecosystem will enjoy, and I know that people that are from for example, my students, I'm sure they're gonna enjoy it too. That's why I do that. Where's the last time? Yeah, this one. Yeah, people seem to be liking it. Yeah, I can't believe that the week went so quick. What the hell? All the time I'm streaming, I feel that time goes so quick. All right, where we've been? Let's finish this whole testing, this whole task basically. Yeah, so to test this whole thing, we're gonna create a contact equal to new contact. And then contact last name, first name. And here as email, I'm gonna take this mock and gonna put a domain. And here before that, I'm gonna say test at plus. Okay, and the only thing that I'm gonna do here is just write insert contact. And assert are equals. Okay, and here's the thing. We're gonna need to check if the discount is right. We're gonna need to query the discount. Gonna need to query the discount from where I'm querying the discount, the main list. Probably in the Qubel, right? In the Qubel, yeah. So I'm gonna need to query the discount. And I'm gonna call it expected discount. Expected discount. Contact. Discount not applied. Doesn't matter where you put it. You put it before or after. Everything works. Everything works. Both of them are quite viable ways of doing that. Yeah, let's see if I can deploy this thing. Here should be R equals or R equal English, proper English. Nice. All right. Let's see if this test works. New run, university domain callout, run. Assertion failed, discount not applied. Okay, let's see. Yeah, discount is not applied. You know what? You know why? Because when you insert the contact, the field of the discount is not on the contact. It is inserted after in the Qubel basically. So what you need to do here is that you need just to query it again. Yes, you need to query again. You can even put it in the same one. But if you query it and include the discount, now the discount will be queried to the Apex context and it's going to be working. All right. Test, new test. Okay. Nice. Now it works. I dropped out of college because I couldn't afford it. Then I learned the MERN stack and landed a job. Nice, congrats on that. That's impressive. However, it's 9 to 5 and it feels like I'm not free anymore. I see what you mean. I see what you mean. And so here's one thing that I learned to really appreciate about 9 to 5. Yes, you're not free. You're the worst thing about 9 to 5 is that you're working on someone else stuff that you don't care about. That's the worst. That's the worst. I think there's a chance that you could find something that you care about and you work for someone else. That would be nice. Like I couldn't find, so I had to create basically uh the work on my own. But 9 to 5 is so good. Like I really learned to appreciate this thing after I start my business. So I think I am soon it's going to be 7 months into full time running my business. And the stability of just knowing that every month you're going to get the same paycheck, it's so good. And that you don't have to worry about anything. Like people who are working 9 to 5, and nothing against working 9 to 5, um, it's just so good. Like it's just so good. You have so much less stress than if you're trying to build your own business. And there's one thing when you try to build your business, that's one thing if it's your side hustle, and totally different feeling if it's something that you're completely relying on, especially if you don't make a huge amount of money. It would be super easy if I had like 100K on my account. It would be for me super easy to run the business now. I could just chill because for that amount of money I can live what 2-3 years. Um, yeah, but if you earn like me, I earn maybe like 1,000, maybe two a month. Like it depends. It depends. I mean, the revenue is higher of my business, but like I don't earn a huge amount of money, not 10K, not 20K, right? For that, not having 9 to 5, not having the stability of how much you're gonna earn this month, that's so stressful. That feels so stressful. That basically requires you to push more. That requires you not being able to fully relax at any standpoint. So having 9 to 5, I miss the stability of having a paycheck at the end of the month all the time. You know that all the time, if you're not fired, then you're gonna get the money, and you don't need to worry about how you're gonna get the money, how you're gonna convince other people pay you money. No, you already have that thing set up. So yeah, 9 to 5 is an awesome thing. And now I'm learning blockchain development for the past 3 months to build my own startup. Nice, interesting blockchain. That's interesting, but don't. I think if you like, it depends. I'm not in a position. I'm not a business guru. Okay, I don't know, but here's what I stand for. If you want to build a business, go and sell first and then build. Don't build the business. Don't like learn new technology or something. Create a landing page with card and then go and try to sell it. Try to get, let's say, an email list of 100 people. And then say to them, hey, we are currently in the development, so we're gonna send you an email as soon as we're done with development. And you can do it for free. Like you don't need to learn anything, and you can do it in a weekend. So in the weekend you can basically test your business idea. And I think if I would be starting a new business, that would be the way I would approach it. Because this is so frequent that people. So we have this guy, Amit. So you're Amit, but we have this guy Amin, right? Uh, he. You're really positive, bro. Keep it up, bro. Thanks for the guidance. Yeah, happy. I'm in startups. I forgot. he's this guy, right? So we have this guy. He inspired me of starting this streaming thing, right? He is, I think he's on the day 79. I'm on the day 48. So he's super cool. And I like his approach. He says basically that all this drop shipping, all of that is blah blah blah. All of that is not what you need. So let's check out this guy.
They're our competitor. Okay, they're on the market. They're doing. I think they got some crazy number like 200,000 users. All right. So listen, they're doing good, but we're gonna do better because their UI, it's not clean compared to my UI. We have an iOS specific UI. We have an Android specific UI as well. So they're kind of mixed. We got specific UIs now. All right. The second thing I want to say.
So this is basically what he's doing, right? So he's doing 33 startups until he's rich, which I'm sure gonna work. He just need to keep up, and that's gonna work. The thing with this approach, though, for most people is that I against this approach for more. Oh wait a second, someone wrote something. Hi, I remember seeing you on YouTube. Yeah, welcome. I'm on Twitch and on YouTube at the same time. Welcome. Yeah, so basically back to the thing. Am I still live though? Check. Am I still here? Okay, looks like I'm okay. Now the internet is back. Okay, good. Yeah, so what I was saying is that the problem with this approach is that if you're trying to build completely from the void, just I have this app, so I'm gonna try to build this. No, try to market it, try to sell it, because the problem is not to build. Like, the building and the coding part is the easiest part of anything. That's like nothing. Like, if you take what it takes to build a successful business, the coding part for most businesses is like 20% of what you need. And people spend on this, people put the whole emphasis on this 20%. They try to go, I'm gonna be doing something, I'm gonna learn a blockchain, and not attacking you in particular, just in general. This is so frequent. I'm gonna go learn this new awesome technology, let's say blockchain or AI, and I'm gonna go and try to build a startup around it. Why do you want to learn it? Is it because you are excited about this technology? If it's because you're excited about this technology, it's the wrong approach, because no one's gonna pay you for exciting technology that you learned. People gonna pay you for solving a real problem that they have better than competitor, right? They don't care about the technology. So instead of going and trying to learn the technology, try to learn how to market things, try to learn how to sell things. Building part is the last part that you should care about. This is my idea. And especially as developers, we have the tendency of putting our own developer experience over what needs to be done for customers. So if you're excited for a certain technology, doesn't mean you can. I mean, you still can practice for it. But what's your goal? Is your goal to build a business? If your goal is to build a business, forget about any exciting technology and focus only on things that gonna bring the money. And the things that gonna bring the money, sales. Focus on sales and marketing. And as a founder, your goal is not to code, is not to build. Is not to code, is not to build. Your goal is to build a company that will produce the product that you wanted to produce. That's the goal. So the goal is to build up the team, the company. You can have zero like technical experience in what you're building, but yeah, this is your goal. Not the blockchain, not the technology part. And this is what I stand for. And I want to push this message into the more people that learn how to sell, learn how to market. Don't learn coding. I mean, even if you already know how to code, don't do these things. This is not as important as selling and marketing. Learn those things. They are the most important. If you build an awesome product and you don't sell it, guess what? You gotta get zero, nothing. If you sell an very average product, you will go and earn some money. That's the goal. That's my monologue. That's my big monologue about it. And this is the message that I'm trying to push with my whole YouTube thing. And if you look at how much I was coding, not much. I hired someone in Ukraine to code for me. But I do still enjoy coding. Like coding, from everything that I've done, coding was the most fun part. But what's my goal? My goal is to build a business or to code. If I want to code, I can just go do some hobby coding, as I do now, for example. That's for fun, right? But if I want to build a business, I should rather hire someone than code myself. That's the thing. That's the rant. And I hope that the more people discover my YouTube channel, the more people gonna come with this, gonna basically get this idea, and I'm happy to form a community of people around all of these ideas. Basically, a community of people who want to learn how to sell, how to market their businesses, and how to build their business so that they can chill out more and earn 10K a month. And here's another thing that I believe on: not grinding. This is something that I believe, that the goal is not to grind. That's the goal. So grinding is okay at some points, but it's not sustainable. You don't want to spend your whole life grinding. You should spend your time with your family, with your girlfriend or wife or fiance, or I don't know, with your family, with your parents, with your friends. This is how you should be spending time, not grinding all the time. Traveling, having fun. This is the goal. Even if you earn less because of that, you're gonna have a much better life. That's in my opinion. And this is why I'm grinding. It's a bit contradictory, but yes, that's why I'm grinding. All right, so what do we have here? We have a test that is actually working, by the way. Yeah, it's working. What's opportunity CPQ? Okay, this is the another one that's from totally different application. We don't need this. And I see that I have everyone everywhere above 90%. In most cases 100%. So I think that's actually good. Yeah, guys, you know what? That's actually it. So something that we could include here, we could include a little bit more tests. We could include a little bit more test cases. We could also test separate classes. But I don't want to do all of that because I'm doing this stream for fun, to show you how to develop a solution from scratch to something. And if I was working, so I was working the last 4 or 5 years in consulting, working at completely different projects. That's the way you do it. As soon as you have all the requirements, you write it that way, and then you usually don't spend huge amount of time testing and deploying those things, because the task is to give the piece of functionality to the user as quick as possible, so that they can give you a feedback, and you can basically go and implement feedback what they say. Because if you spend now 2 more hours testing, you're gonna spend 2 hours testing, not sure if that's gonna be the right solution. So that's usually the way we were doing this in consulting. And consulting is quite special because in consulting you never have the time to implement anything properly. So you're always in a rush, and this is why I can basically do this solution in like 1.5 hours from scratch, with relatively good architecture, but not perfect architecture, not super good architecture. This is how it works in consulting in most cases. Yeah, I'm gonna deploy it, and I'm gonna say stream 2 here. and I'm gonna push the changes. And by the way, you can access the repo if you want. I have it somewhere in my on my profile. So if you want to review the code that we've done, if you want to review the code, it's here, stream 1. I'm probably gonna rename it. Stream coding. Saved? Is it saved? Yeah, looks like it is saved. Nice. This architecture, done. Okay, so this, done. Another thing that I want to do is find LWC. So guys, this is it basically for the coding stream. I am happy with the coding what we've done today. I think it shows you quite well if someone's learning how to code. I think this is definitely not a beginner streams, right? But I think it does show how to create triggers and trigger handlers with a API request to another website. Yeah, that's what we're gonna be doing. Okay, so I can close this one. And the next thing that I wanna do is, here we go. This one gonna be set. Guys, I have a really special request. If you know what is the next topic would be for the next week, I don't know. So if you have any ideas, especially for something that involves LWC, I am really open to it. Like, please, give me ideas. I'm gonna be now. I'm gonna go and have kind of brainstorming for the ideas. That's the plan for the next, let's say, 30 minutes. But if you have any ideas, write me anywhere. You want to write me on LinkedIn? Write me on LinkedIn. You want to write in Discord? Write in Discord. I would be happy. What's going on here? Did anyone produce any interesting? Oh, this is actually interesting. That's gonna be for my just free time with the platform events. How long is it? 18 minutes. Yeah, I'm not gonna watch it now, but that's something quite interesting to watch. Oh, this is also interesting. Look, this guy's gonna do the walkthrough. That's interesting to see how those guys think. Is he known for something? 2,000 followers. I don't know, but maybe we could steal some ideas from how he does it. Yeah. Another thing. 90 more subscribers, guys. I know that a lot of people watching me that are not subscribed. Come on, let's go till 1,000. Help me to get to 1,000. I would be so happy to get to 1,000. So if you're watching this and you didn't subscribe and leave the like button. It helps. It helps the algorithm. Yeah. All right. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna brainstorm LWC ideas. Let me create a new Notion doc for that one. it's gonna be the doc, and I'm gonna say LWC project ideas. LWC clone. Wow. Okay.
Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Ashok. Today with this video, I'm going to start a new video series on LWC live projects in which I'll create multiple videos and each video will be based on a use case and we will try to implement that use case in Salesforce mostly using LWC. So that can help you to learn and understand LWC concepts better and give you confidence to work on live project and also help you in interviews. Okay. So today in this video, we will create a leave tracker app. So let's have a demo of use case that we will develop during this video. Now I'm in my another Salesforce org where I already have implemented this requirement. So let's have a demo of this application. So first of all, I have created a new lightning leave tracker app, and under this app, I have created an app page leave tracker. Now if you see inside,
This is super interesting. I like the idea, but I don't understand the project idea. Leave tracker app that showed each implementation, decorator, data communication, Campapex, custom validation. But what is the... What is leaf tracker? What is it? Leaf is like leaves on the trees? Ah, go away from. Okay, so this is... Ah, now I got it. Now I got it. Okay, so first I'm gonna write down the ideas that I have. So the first idea in my mind, it's show top 10 or let's say top 20 opportunities. Let's write it, write LWC that shows a list of top 20 opportunities birthday this month. Write an LWC that shows all users in the org that have the birthday this month, and create a button with send birthday email. It will be active only on the day on the birthday of the user. Okay. Those are the ideas that I had in my mind. It doesn't require too much of LWC itself. It's just practicing a little bit. Let's see, so he has different requests. I mean, this is nice.
inside this page, from date should not be greater than to date. Okay, and if everything is fine, and once you'll click on this save button, then new record will be created and you can see that new entry in this grid without doing page refresh. Okay, and
That's
here
nice.
we have three status of leave request: pending, approve, or rejected. So this grid row background color is also changed on the basis of this. Like for approved request, it will be green.
Let's just write those ideas as well. LWC leave tracker. I mean, it's not super hard to implement this thing. I bet I could implement this thing on the stream. Maybe we should. If you think we should, leave the comment. Yeah, that's comment baiting. But yeah, I think we could. Leave tracker. Yeah, that's a nice one. Okay, what he has. See hands-on projects. Let's see. Live hooks. To-do app, I think it's also a good one. Movie search, I don't like the movie search components. Real-time Salesforce mini project, that's interesting. Real-time, everything that's real-time is interesting. Installation stuff, Salesforce in 3, okay. Let's see this one as well. Yeah, something that... Well, I have an idea of making this thing to a free resource. I want to collect all possible LWC ideas, and I want to have at least 52. I want to have at least 52. And current counter. And then what I want to do is basically to create the service where you get every week you get a new LWC project and the solutions to the previous one. Current counter 3 out of 52. Okay, so this is the leave management. I definitely also can have to-do list in LWC. That's the classic front-end project, right? What's that?
Welcome. In today's video, I'm going to show you how to build a project management app from scratch. I'm going to start by showing you a simple outline of how I think about apps as I start to build them, and then we'll go through those steps to build out that app, including custom object, custom fields, and building a screen flow in order to create.
Screen flow is not. It's no code Salesforce. Whoa. How could I click on the no code? Come on.
Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Ashok. This video is the part of LWC live project series where I already have created one video in which we have developed a leave tracker app. So if you have not watched my past videos or if you are completely beginner in LWC, then I would suggest you to watch my LWC crash course and live project 1 because those videos will help you to learn LWC from basic and also part of this live project. So nowadays most of us are following agile methodologies in our software development and in a team or company.
Show me the project itself.
Okay, now you can see a model pop up with these fields and buttons. And now if we talk about fields in our retro meeting and
okay, I have another idea. Not the to-do list, but Trello board in LWC. That's another idea. Okay, what's this one?
So initially when this component is loading, at that time by default we are adding one row, and here we
that's
have
a good
fields
idea.
to enter first name, last name, email, and
Add multiple contacts. Okay, multiple contacts. Multiple contacts.
Hello friends, welcome to my channel, myself Parag Jambulkar. In this video, we will see Salesforce LWC component lifecycle hooks called. So that is the meaning of flows from parent component to child component. Now see, In my Udemy course, I have explained one real-time project. Callback, right? Here also we are printing.
Yes, this is just an explanation without any practical example. Okay, I see here errors. Alright, that's not interesting.
Hello everyone, welcome to another video tutorial from CC Stop, and in this video we are actually going to get started with our first project in LWC tutorial series, right? So in LWC tutorial series, what I'm going to do, I'm actually going to follow a learn by doing approach where we'll be creating multiple. I have deleted that to-do list and
Okay, so this to-do list. Okay, what about real time? That's interesting.
Hello everyone.
Hello.
So this video is going to be very special because this time I have come up
Will it
with a
be?
very unique idea to help
Okay.
all of you guys. So basically in this video what I will do is I will create a
Yeah.
simple real time based scenario project which will make use of lightning web components, Apex class as well as integration. So
Oh
all
wow,
these three combination
such a
makes a
crazy
person a
idea.
good developer basically and is very much required in the industry. So in this simple project I will
Very much required in the industry. In which please industry are you required to know a weather on the button click? And what's so different from just checking out in Google? Okay. I see this idea. We already implemented something similar. I know why weather, because if you Google free API endpoints, this open weather comes up. Yeah. I think this force force fellow was the best one. Decorators. Oh, this is interesting.
Today in this video, we will talk about a newly introduced directive in LWC that is called spread. This directive can help us to share informations with child components in a better way. Now to understand how it can improve information sharing, first let's take a look at how we are currently passing details to child components without using this spread directive. And for that, let me open VS Code where I already created two components, parent and child, and
Okay.
also deployed these components on org. Now if we see these components on UI, then here in parent component we have few controls where user can enter first name, last name and email address, and on clicking of this submit button we want to pass these details to child component and show them here. So let me enter something in these text boxes and click on submit. Okay. Now
Okay.
here you can see text box values in child component.
Yeah.
This means here we are passing data from parent component to child component, right?
Okay.
Now let's see how we are passing these data from parent component to child. So if you already watched my data communication videos, then you must know that if you want to pass data from parent component to child, then in child component, first we have to create public properties using API decorator. Here you can see in child component, we have created three properties, first name, last name and email. And to make them public, we have used API decorator, which means now these properties can be accessed by parent component, or we can pass values in these properties from parent component, right? And now here in parent component, we have two options to pass data in those properties. First is using declarative.
Okay, that's way too long. Let me read about that. It's way too long. I mean, it sounds interesting, but that's way too long. Spread properties. Pass a set of properties in an object to a child component using LWC spread directive. Also enables elements to accept an object that's bound as a properties at runtime. Okay. The LWC spread directive accepts one object. Oh, so this is... Look at this. Whenever you try to watch a video of explaining something, in most cases it's better just to read. This few seconds they explain me instead of watching here a whole couple of minutes. Basically it means that we can have here how you call them, a property that accepts a whole object here instead of just a value, which is nice. I think it's nice. And then we can have on the child, we can have name and country. This is good. This is really good. Is it When was it developed? I wish they would include all the time when was this thing included, because that's nice. I like it. That's really good. What is over here? Yeah, no, that's nice. That's nice. I like it. Okay, guys, so I got here a couple of ideas what we could develop the next time. I have what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I have here six ideas already. I think we can start with developing them the next Sunday. So that was Salesforce focused only stream. If you're building a business, join the Discord. Join the Discord here. Introduce yourself. Don't just join Discord. Introduce so that we can see what you're doing. If you're from the Salesforce community, please write if you want more of these streams. I love those streams. I would also like to maybe experiment with one teaching stream where I would be teaching some Salesforce concept, not just showing them. Maybe. Let's see. I think it's a good idea. If you're up for it, write in the comments, please, please, please. and don't forget to subscribe, by the way. But anyway, so that was it for today. Thank you everyone for joining. I really appreciate anyone who is watching that. See you tomorrow on the day number 49. Thank you everyone, and see you tomorrow. Bye bye.